enter one and pass the cloudy door where wonderful things will happen that the world has never seen before.
In Dexter's laboratory lives the dopest nerd you've ever seen. One day he smoked some cannabis and had a dream. What if he could sesh with fandom's best in Dexter's Dab?
Hello, friends. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Nerdy Stoner Podcast with your favorite huggable stoner, Dexter, aka Stash Token. Today is a very, very special episode. This is one for the moms, and because it's one for the moms, I figure I would assemble some of the best moms that I know. Now, first things first, we have the cosplay legend, Miss Charlie Rocket Cosplay herself. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Ooh, cosplay legend. I love to hear it.
Yeah, she does amazing cosplays. Sailor Moon, JoJo, you name it, she does it. Along with the Rise of J. Jones, they are an awesome cosplay couple. Go check them out, follow, and also make sure you check out Dirty Closet Pals as well too.
Yes, indeed.
And next up, we have the queen of HNIC herself, Miss Teffy Wonder, aka the melanated mocha-fied Marijan. How are you doing today?
So close. It's Mer-John. Yes, thank you.
You got to be from Philly to really get it done. She is awesome.
I try.
She does amazing things. Pole, cosplay. She's a badass. How are you doing today?
As special needs mom, also repping the special needs moms.
Yes. Gotta rep the special needs moms. And last but certainly not least, we have the cannabis nurse herself, Miss Olga. If you need a certification in the Maryland area, go to her. Prices are affordable. She will hook you up. And she's super knowledgeable too. So she will tell you exactly what you need. Trust me.
Oh, wow.
So today, ladies, we're talking about moms in fiction that deserve it too, because we all know, well, you know, as being moms yourselves, moms don't get enough credit and they deserve some relaxation. So let's talk about some moms that could use some. Who would like to start us off?
I am.
Go for it.
You know what? When you brought this question up, one of the families I'm gonna say that came to mind first was probably the Pickles from the Rugrats. Because the Rugrats were doing so much. It seemed like Dee Dee was constantly depressed. But then I even thought over to Charlotte, and I was like, Charlotte is working. She is doing everything. She's coming home. She's hanging out with Angelica. She's like, this is my little doppelganger. We're killing it. I felt like she deserved a break as well, though. Like, she was a little high strung.
Yeah, I was about to say, because if you watch the sequel series, All Grown Up, Angelica has a sleepover, and Charlotte like crashes out in front of these like 12-year-olds. And I was like, nah, my girl, she also needs. She
need a little something, okay? Every one of the moms on that show probably could use
for sure
a little something. I mean, the twins' mom, she was rolling with the punches. I mean, you could always use a break. You
could not convince me now that was not a lavender marriage. Like, no, parents, like
100%.
Hey, you know what? That's goals. So I don't know what to tell you.
Hey.
Right? Like, if anybody is interested in the lavender marriage, like, please give me a holler.
Hit her up, y'all. You know, I'm all about making connections through this. So yeah, like I said, she's an amazing person. She will definitely outsmoke you. I promise you that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, definitely all the moms.
Lavender marriage is a happy marriage. That's what they
listen. I'm with it.
Better than everyone else. Like, they seem like they had their roles together.
Listen, they didn't argue over like hardly anything. They both worked. Both was equally dedicated to taking care. They had twins and they was both in it together. They definitely, besides the Carmichaels, they had the best marriage. I feel like.
True. The Carmichaels slayed.
Facts. Hashtag Black excellence.
Yes. I love it.
Nice. Oh, you know what? I bet you that Phil and Lil's mom was probably the one that was like their supplier if they were to all like smoke together. Like just imagine them going over to the house. You
I
know what I'm
feel like
saying?
it'd be the dad. Phil and Lou's
Dad,
dad
they
would be
look-
the.
You know what?
the dad kind of was the
He looks
plug.
like a
right?
gardener.
Yes.
He looks like he's
That's
got
what
a
I'm
green
saying.
thumb.
He gives out in my greenhouse, in my garden.
He does. He's giving. I love it.
Damn, I love this life we created for them.
Maybe that's why
This is
they were
canon
the
now.
best. Maybe they were already smoking, and that's why they were so good at what they were doing.
You know
That's how
what?
they came up with the lavender marriage. They were like,
Exactly.
One day you said, you know what? Let's just make this official. Let's just
exactly. I'm tired of my
business
parents
agreement.
asking me about my. I'm tired of my parents asking me when I'm going to get married. You tired of your parents asking you when you're going to get married? Let's just
right.
right.
Combine. What are you going to do? Simple, easy,
Listen.
makes
They
sense.
both had good credit. They probably sat down and wrote out a marriage plan
Good
and had a
credit.
nice like equal prenup that they've never had to look at ever again. Oh no, Phil and Lil's parents 100%. They did it the right way.
I hope y'all taking notes. Tef, who you got on your list?
Oh, okay. So who I have on my list? Immediately, I was like Linda Belcher.
Oh, okay. Definitely. Absolutely.
As much as I love her, I'm like at night she gives like me like ADHD. The brain won't turn off. It's always on. Like she probably vocal stems in her sleep, and I just like between Jean, Louise, and Tina and Bob, just a little like she seems like an edible girly. Like just give her a little something, and she just.
She also kind of seems like she's already on something.
That's the ADHD.
Yeah, that's what that
That's
is.
my neurodivergent girlies. Like killing it out here with the natural high. We love to see it.
Yeah, her sister's like a crazy cat person. You can't tell me that like after her sister leaves, she not joint permanently parked in the corner of her mouth, vacuuming everything because her sister had also brought these nut ass cats. Listen, and Bob just yelling, Lynn, and she's like, listen, it's me and Abba tonight, bro. Not today. I'll be down in the restaurant when I'm done.
You know what? Maybe she has Bob make her some infused food. That'd be nice.
Oh, listen, the burger of the day would slap when you get the munchies.
Yeah.
Oh, what if she's like part of the brains behind it? Because every time she gets high, she's just like, Bob, I got a new idea. He's just like, okay, Lynn, I'll do
It'd
it.
be like that pregnant lady who had her husband run out and get all her crazy cravings like on TikTok.
Yeah,
that's Lynn.
Yes.
Lynn, when she gets the munchies, she's like, all right, so it's chives and sour cream. Like,
oh my God, the creativity was flowing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She's the brains, he's the brawn. You know, he does the work.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Olga, who you got?
I was thinking Sarah Connor because she
yeah,
Yes.
a joint. She needs all the joint, right? Like, you know, she's got to raise this young man. And the thought that actually it came to my mind immediately as soon as you told me what we were talking about. I'm like, that's a bad bitch. Like she deserves and needs all the plant medicine. She literally, she got to fight these Terminators, and she got to prepare this child to, for this crazy apocalyptic future. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. She got to raise a son that is going to fight a war. You need weed.
A war that nobody else believes is going to happen.
Right.
Like Sarah Connor.
Listening. Nobody wants to hear you. This is stressful, I feel like. And then
the PTSD alone of being chased by a Terminator in the first movie would be enough for me.
Like this thing, nobody can stop it. Like it's very stressful. Listen, I am going to need lots of plant meds.
Nobody in her social circle ever saw it come after her or saw it happen. So they're just like, girl, we need you to lay off the weed. And she's like, no, I need more. And
maybe we get the Terminator some weed. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's still out. No, like, I'm not sure what we
I mean, you can do infused oil. Could you do like infused motor oil?
I was about to say, you could, put some RSO in his system.
You see what happens in the future in Terminator? There's no weed. End of the world. You see what I mean? I'm just saying correlation. I know there's some other steps that happened in there, but I still feel like there's a correlation between supporting weed and the end of the world.
Can I say though, weed probably brought about the end of the world, because you can't tell me the people on Skynet did not come up with that soap.
Exactly. So
that might have been a combination of a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
It was the bad drugs. To build like Skynet, you're looking more at a cocaine type of high.
I was just about to say,
That's probably more like mushrooms, LSD, like a little.
Yeah. When you take so here's my theory, right? You take, somebody had actually asked yesterday, when you take LSD, why is it everybody tells you to go outside? Or it's mushrooms? Because when you're outside, you take mushrooms, you feel like you're so one with the earth. You take a large dose, it deconstructs the ego, right? Like you broken down, you build back up. You then are able to connect with other people. That's how, that's why we want all these men in the manosphere to take mushrooms. Please take mushrooms and go to therapy, because not men like Dex, these Tates, right? We want them to take some mushrooms and go to therapy, because it's supposed to help you connect to other people. So I know that them Skynet folks couldn't have been doing mushrooms or psychedelics. It had to be crap.
Not you almost sold me on mushrooms though. Like, you're the only person who's really described it in the way that I was like,
she knows all about this.
Yes. So
if you have questions, please talk to her.
Because people always think you get, little tiny sidebar. People always think you got to take these high doses, and you don't. You can just take a little half gram and go and set your setting and your intention and go outside, and you're going to change your life. It's going to change your life. That's all I'm going to say about it.
For real, she not lying. She not lying. A little microdose goes a long way with mushrooms, for real.
Change your life.
A microdose and a meadow full of flowers. That's all I'm hearing.
It does change your life too. It's like it opens something in you.
The first couple times we did, me and my son together, very much healing for our relationship. But also just walking outside. We were just in the backyard. We were on a trail in PG County. Nothing fancy. Yeah. Just in the yard, walking around, enjoying it. Everything is beautiful. Everything's bright. Everything is gorgeous. Everything, and you almost feel the world pulsating around you. You feel like you're part of it. Yeah. It's an amazing thing. Highly encouraged.
Okay.
That bond with your kids, folks. when they're old enough. When they're old enough.
One thing I love about people are like, you and your son are so close. You and your son are so close. It took a lot of years of work to become close with my son, and part of that was through the plant medicine. A large part of it, because maybe 20 years ago, I drank. I used to drink, and I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic, but I definitely was a drinker and was never any more pleasant for it, right? It never did me any good. It didn't help me get up in the morning. It didn't help me feel good, and it didn't help me be a better parent. Yeah. Right? It made me kind of, I don't want to say neglectful, but not as good a parent I should have been, right? There's a lot of things you could do better if you weren't drinking. So stopping drinking let me be able to have that connection with my son and talk to him about the grown-up things, and actually able to be able to take the criticism as well, right? This is what you did wrong. This is how I feel that you left a deficit in my life, and it's hard to hear those things from your kids. So using plant medicine and spending time with him, we were really able. And yes, now we're very close because that.
I love that.
That's beautiful.
Wait, do you mind? How old are you? You said 20 years ago. I'm like,
I know. I'm over here. What's happening?
You. I am 48. Wow. I had my son very young. I had him when I was 14. So he's been my little roll dog ever since, right? He's always been on my hip forever and ever, and we're never very far apart from each other. Even now, he's in DC. I'm in Baltimore, so we don't go too far from each other. But
I love that.
And I made a lot of mistakes. I did the best I could with the tools I had at the time, which were a lot. But we've grown together.
At 14, you had to grow up with him on your hip. And that's one thing that, like, I had my son at 26, almost 27. And I'm like, you have no idea. I was like, people think, oh, well, you were grown when you had your son. I beg your finest pardon. There is nothing. There is no growth. No. I was like, you don't know growing up and figuring things out until you have a child. And like, I tell people, I'm like, wait as long as possible, because like things that I didn't learn till I was 30, I really wish I had the space to learn those things without a child attached to me, because that made it so much harder.
Yes.
I just had that conversation. Your child is very difficult because you will drag them through that nonsense with you. I will attest to this.
I just had that same conversation recently because I had my oldest at 24 while I was still in college. And so I ended up pausing college, and I just graduated 2 years ago now. But he's 14 now. You know what I mean? But like, even at 24, like, that was a lot. And then I looked younger, and the way people treat you when they think you're a younger person, or when you are a younger person, even the nurses and the doctors and whatever else. The lady looked at my ID and she was like, "Oh, girl, I thought you was 16." And I said, "So you had an attitude? That's the
you treated who you thought was a child,
right? Who should have been nicer to,
ridiculous. Yeah, but like, you really don't understand what people go through when they're going through pregnancy and what moms go through every day. Single moms of special needs children. My oldest is also special needs. Moms of all ages, all that stuff. Constant criticism. Constant. So we all need the weed.
Every last one of us.
Yeah. My mom and I didn't always have the best relationship. And I feel like I didn't really understand her until I became a mom myself. And I was like, oh, girl, you was winging it. That's crazy.
Wow. They really were. They were all just making it up as they went along.
Listen, my mom was married, got pregnant with me on their honeymoon, and then would divorce my father by the time I was like 4 or 5. And she had me and my brother and sister who are twins. And I was like, huh, babe, whoa, hold on. Oh, you was really in them trenches for real. And my mom looks at me and she goes, wow, babe, you really be in them trenches for real. And it's such a weird place to like come to like such an understanding. And I have such a better appreciation for her. I would say like we're not as close as I think my mother would like us to be, but like it definitely helped my perspective to see where she was coming from and how easy it is to like mess up. Like this is the hardest job to do, and it is so incredibly easy to like mess up, and you just got to make sure that your child don't make that other people's problem.
Yeah.
I think one of the best things I've ever heard about being a parent is parents are nothing more than kids raising kids. Because
But your kids are watching you. And that's what I cannot stress enough, because my son is now 32, right? Like he's an adult. Your kids are watching you. And the only way that I could set my son on the right path was for me to set myself on the right path, right? Yeah. So when I was going through it, he was going through it. And that's all there is to it. If I was messing up, he was doing dumb stuff. That's simply, and then how can I yell at him when I'm acting like a fool myself? Right. Yeah, so if I get in some treacherous relationship, or I'm acting stupid, or it would reflect in his behavior 6 months later. So there was a point where I did finally figure out I'm going to have to like go to college and do things the right way and show him how it's done, because do as I say, not as I do will never work. It will never work. And I want every parent in the world to know that, because my parents definitely thought that was going to work. They would do what they were crazy. And then they were like, you can't do that. And I'm like,
but you taught me to do it.
Right. Example would be them smoking in the house and then blowing up when I was like 16 and they caught me smoking. And I'm like, they're your cigarettes.
Listen, I
got it from you, Mom.
Yeah, that was like my mom.
My kid did not. My son actually he was good for this, but he stole my cigarettes and sold them as singles, and would send me pictures.
Oh, singing Lucy's.
So I quit. And then I would scream at him, "Don't do that! They're like $15 a pack." And he was like, "You know, you don't love me. How can you yell at me for trying to save your life?" This went on for about 6 months, and then I quit smoking because I was like, "This is
wow, that's love."
Is that what that is?
He wanted you to be around for everything.
Yeah,
but it is like you do got to kind of do what you're going to do and do what you're saying that you're going to do with your kids. Like that's a big thing. I always tell parents, like, they will do what they see you do, even if you don't think they're watching.
No. I will say my son being autistic holds me more accountable than any other person in my life, because if I say that I'm going to do something and then I don't do it, it's the end of the world.
He gonna tell you about it.
He finna tell me about me. He'd be like, "Now you said."
You know how you said at exactly this time.
Listen, and then got the nerve to have my face on top of that. So it's me looking at me, and it's so triggering. It's so triggering because it's like, so many times I've been like, "All right, you right." No, you're right. Listen, I was there when I said it. You absolutely right. That is what I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. Or sometimes I have to be like, okay, well, I did say that, but that was when I was highly motivated. And now, listen, mommy, I ain't got it in the tank right now. And he'd be like, but, and I'd be like, listen, I'm gonna make it up. I will. I really am gonna do it. Or sometimes if I ain't got it in the tank, I still have to be like, all right, dog, let me push through, because I want you to see that, like, this is different. Like, so I tell him all the time, I'm like, you can do hard things. So if he don't see me like out of my comfort zone doing stuff, then I'm like, all right, bro, no.
Then it's more deals I say not I do. Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. And then also, like, to see the joy on his face when I come through for him is like, it's really like its own reward. Because I just remember being disappointed by my parents and then just having to get over it. But like, my son will not get over it. He will not let it go. So being able to, like, I guess kind of like heal that part of me and make sure he does not experience that kind of disappointment is like really rewarding. Because my parents would just be like, hey, bruh, it is what the hell it is. And I can't do that to him. So
no, I think this actually leads into my first pick that I have for a mom. She's also someone who had a child young. She had her at 16 and also had parents that she felt didn't really do the best job with her. Lorelai Gilmore from Gilmore Girls.
Ooh. Absolutely.
That was one of the pandemic shows that I watched with my girlfriend during, early days of COVID. And that is a good show.
Man, I keep hearing that, like, especially during the pandemic. I feel like once it got on Netflix, everybody was like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch it. It's so good. And I have yet to do so.
I know, I gotta watch
but I
the whole
probably
thing
need
too.
Yeah, my best friends watched it in high school, and I was just like, bro, me and my mom already don't get along. I don't need to watch it.
But no, she did the damn thing. She worked since she was 16, put her daughter in high school, made sure she, learned everything she needed to learn, helped her get into Yale. Like, yeah, she did the damn thing. Started her own business and everything too.
Yeah. What's so wild is, like, I've seen so many clips and stuff from that show, never knew the background or anything. So to hear that, I'm like, okay, that's filling in a lot of gaps. They seem like BFF, like,
yeah, they're really
mother-daughter, super close, like, and now I'm starting to see parts of their journey and stuff. And yeah, she for sure deserves weed.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, no, and
all
her
moms that raised their kids that are still close with their kids. You get to smoke a joint.
Yeah, because it's hard.
No, and the grandmother was a mess because they were rich, but they would like undermine her, and it was a lot. I was like, man, at least her grandparents got money. I ain't even got that.
Okay, We didn't have that. We did not have that.
Oh my god.
Charlie, did you have another pick?
You know what? I had two more on my list, but the actual first one that came to mind for me was actually Chili Healer from Bluey. I don't know if anybody else watches Bluey. My child has stopped watching Bluey long ago, and I have not. So that goes. Bluey is like an extremely healing show for parents. I must say, parents should watch this show. Kids definitely should watch the show. Like little kids love it, whatever else. Parents. Parents hold this show so closely because it's so real. There are episodes that touch on like people who can't have kids, who are in your life and may not want to be around you because you have kids, stuff like that. They touch on like so many things, like just like you said, trying to find in yourself the effort that you're telling your child to have. And there's episodes about like the dad is going through so much stress and stuff, and the kids are stressed about a little kid problem, you know what I mean? And he's trying to advise them how to deal with it while dealing with his own feelings, you know, and emotions and things like that. There's so many episodes that are just legit, I'm in tears, like trying to watch it with my child. And it's just like healing parts of you. But the mom herself, I feel like she holds everything together. The dad is very typical, like dad gets to be like the fun dad, the like the like I tell jokes all the time, and then I do the like the dad thing. I don't know. Like
the typical like go ask your mother type stuff.
Yes. Except he's very involved. Very involved. He's ideal like dad kind of situation, but the mom definitely is like, I have to mom these kids, and sometimes I have to reel my husband in, you know. That typical thing. But watching their dynamic and even watching how they interact with each other helped me build my own relationship, helped me as a parent, helped me as just a person, as an individual. There are episodes where Chili, the mom, is reflecting on how hard it was when her first was growing up, and she's feeling like she's not doing enough as a mom, and she's feeling like, well, she's not walking yet and all her friends are walking and I'm not doing the right stuff and whatever else. And it was just about like timing and about how things come to you when they need to, and how her kid started walking when she saw her mom, like, oh, well, now I have something I want to walk to, you know what I mean? Things like that are like so like powerful. But because of that, like Chili is such a ideal version of a mom, but you see how much it takes to do that. You know what I mean? It's not unrealistic. You see her having to struggle through that, having to find the energy after a long day, or because both parents work, both parents have different shifts, then they come home, they do the whatever thing, you know what I mean? Some days the dad's out of town, now she got to do the weekend or whatever the case may be. But I think she deserves a little wheeze, because Chili is it. She's mom goals. I love her. I love to see it.
Nice. All right.
Hopefully, look, Bluey is not paying me to say this.
Not sponsored.
I talk about Bluey nonstop. My purse has Bluey on it, and like that may speak to my neurodivergence as well. But but it's an amazing show. I suggest all parents watch it. It's super healing, amazing.
Okay, nice.
My son started watching it, but he only watches like clips, like stuff he watches from YouTube. My son watches more YouTube than regular television.
me too.
So he like he'll rewind those same clips. So I don't even get to see like the whole episode. I'm just seeing
like what that's about. Like
right. It's just like this 2 minutes of them like screaming into a FaceTime call. And I'm like,
let me also reassure you, the show itself are 8-minute episodes. These are not long.
Oh,
and they change your life in 8 minutes.
That's succinct storytelling. If
very
a short
attention
show.
span.
Yeah, very much like Adventure Time or something. How it's like 2 episodes in one kind of deal. They're very short and on Disney Plus. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Teff, you got another pick?
Yes. So Mrs. Incredible, so Helen.
Yes,
Of course,
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Especially once Jack Powers get out.
She's literally the definition of a super mom, right? Like she,
Right.
can do
It's
everything.
like she's momming to like the nth degree, and like, and what I love about Helen is like she's still. It's so easy to lose yourself in parenting, and I'm so glad she had Edna to be like, "Bitch, get it the fuck together." Or she doesn't call her Mrs. Incredible. She goes, "You are Alaska girl. You're not mom, you're not wife, you are that bitch from before all of this.
Get it together."
Yes, and I think that is so important to have people remind you like who you are. And like and you never stop being a mom, but I am me 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people would be like, "Oh, hi, Hannibal's mom," and I'm like, "Bitch, I got a name." If I walked up to you and called you, "Hi, Hannibal's lunch lady," wouldn't that be Hi, Mom. Damn. A Mrs. Wharton will do. Jeez. But no, I love that. And then in the second movie, she get to go off and be the hero and really do the thing. And I'm like, I love that for her. We need more. Yeah, listen, lead that man with them kids.
Go handle business. That's exactly right.
The only thing I didn't like is she didn't have no girlfriends. Like, where are your friends? You don't have like even a mom moms. Yeah. Oh, the superheroes are in hiding, but I'm like, you don't have nothing in common with none of the bitches on your street.
Right.
You don't go to like PTA. You don't know you don't have no other friends. Like
that would have been a great thing to add to the movie, like a great other dynamic.
Even if they were just regular people, but like them being able to come together and surround her, where she like, "I think Bob is cheating," and them being like, "Girl, we gonna slash his tires," or like, "What do you want to do?" And I know a lawyer, and like that's the one thing I hate about like certain females in movies. I'm always like, "Girl, where are your friends? Where is your tribe?" Like we as women are like community-based creatures. We need, men don't think they need each other, and that's your downfall. But women, one thing we realize is that we need each other, and we thrive in communities where we can be our authentic selves with each other. And I was just like, get that girl some weed, because Lord have mercy, she ain't got no village.
She needs some type of relief, definitely.
She needs something. God, thank God for Edna.
You know what? Edna could be her supplier.
Edna probably got the best.
Right.
You supply everything else.
I mean,
okay.
What do you need, darling?
I
have granddaddy purple.
Listen, can you imagine like infused fabrics? You put it on and it hugs you back. I'm like,
yo,
that'd be nice.
It hugs you back. I love that.
Yeah, like, I like get some of that. That'd be nice.
You get like,
and they can make it happen. We know.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Olga, who you got?
Morticia Adams.
Yes.
She's just so cool, calm, collected, and that man worships her. Matter of fact, if it ain't like that, I don't want it. If that man ain't worshiping me, kissing on my fingers and telling me how beautiful I am all day, I don't want it. And then the way she just encourages her children to be who they are. I love it. Mm-hmm. She's like, here, that knife isn't big enough. Here's a larger knife.
She was like, you can do better.
Right. You're trying to kill your brother when this is how you can actually kill your brother. And I love that for her, and for even in the 90s versions. I don't know if anybody's seen the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, oh my, those are my favorite. I love
the best.
The second one with Joan Cusack comes in and she's like Uncle Fester's woman, and she tries to steal all their money at the end. Oh my, Morticia is just, she's like, I can forgive you for all of this. I can forgive you for the lying, for the stealing. She's like, but pastels? Ugh. I love her so much.
That's like my favorite line. I love Debbie.
Pastels. He's like,
I love the idea that Morticia is a girl's girl. She was like, by all means, break this man's will to live and steal all our money. Absolutely. Pop off Betsy.
Palette will not do, ma'am. And I love her for that.
Yes. That's one thing I wish.
Expressive, right? Because Wednesday felt comfortable going to that camp. And almost killing all of them white children. And I mean, just for the the extraness and them trying to infringe on this holiday the way they were. She was like, no, we're going to play the Indians all the way, but it's not going to end the way you like. And that's because her mother set such a beautiful stage for her to feel comfortable behaving like that in the world. Those kids never changed and they were never bullied into changing. They knew who they were and they knew where they were accepted at home by their weird ass mama. And I love it.
I wish they would bring more of that into the Wednesday, the live action show on Netflix. I get it that her and her mom are like at like a crossroads. It happens with especially between mothers and daughters. It happens a lot. But I kind of wish they would bring more of that into there where her mom is like, no, fuck it up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that too. Let's do it.
Exactly. Encouraging it. Like, oh, you know, sweetie, if you really want to get even, this is what you're going to need. You know, like really encouraging. That's how they showed you. That's how they've always showed her.
Right. Bring her a man-eating plant and been like, now you got what you need.
Yeah.
I love this. And you know what? Playing off of this mother-daughter magical duo dynamic, Molly Weasley definitely deserves
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That the way she fucked up Bellatrix Lestrange, like
even though I have to give everything Harry Potter a side eye now, but I guess the stuff I looked at, I can enjoy still. I can still remember.
Fuck J.K. Rowling, but her characters are amazing.
The Harry Potter, hey,
right, but HP, but like the and her Molly Weasley was like,
for sure,
yeah.
I mean, raising. What was it? 4 boys and 1 girl? Like that's
no. They had 7 children.
7? Oh,
she had 7 children. She had 8. No, she had 6 boys and 1 girl. Because
there was the oldest boy, Bill, that was the werewolf.
I forgot about Bill.
There was the boy that was the prefect. There was the twins. There was Ron, and then there was the girl.
And then
and there was basically Harry. So you know what?
Yeah, and then also Harry.
Seriously. So
she basically adopted Harry and Hermione after a while.
Right. She really did. And it's not like they had a whole lot of money. So she
was a literal super mom.
Yeah. I have this headcanon that like Molly Weasley and Harry do like the mother-son dance at his wedding. Because I was like, he didn't have no other. It didn't have to be her McGonagall because he didn't have like no mom for real.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Evil.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
That's beautiful. I love that.
I know, right? I love that too. It's a good ending.
Yes.
Charlie,
who's your other person?
I have Marion Thornberry.
That is a great. I didn't even think about her.
I think anybody who has to deal with a husband like that. I love Nigel so much, but he's like, Mom, Marion. Oh my God. Just calm down for 2
Speaking of wives who had to rein their husbands in probably all the time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Nigel was a wild man.
And then to also have Donnie to find a wild boy in the jungle and be like, sure. Like,
why not?
This is fine.
You can chill with the monkey that we have. Like, why?
Like, I guess
her life was chaotic. She was like, I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just trying to take pictures of these animals. One daughter says she talked to animals. The other one over here won't even speak. This child is speaking too much. I don't know what's going on.
That's another
and
one, just
then
randomly
they had-
talking to animals.
And the monkey.
And the monkey, exactly.
Yeah.
Said, and a chimpanzee, and then a
And-
husband who seemed crazy.
Oh, facts. Facts.
But she loved that man.
She did.
Yeah,
She loved her
she
whole
did.
family.
She did.
She
She
was
loved
like,
that
I will
family.
be the normal one for all of us. And it's fine.
I feel like Debbie was normal, but Debbie was trying too hard. She was in
She
her
was normal,
rebellious
but she was
phase.
still in her teen years, so she had to be angsty.
That's what I'm saying. Like she was
Yeah.
like, "Ugh," and it was like, "Girl, chill."
Like,
I
girl,
get
we're in the jungle. Who you
Right?
going for? Like, who you trying to be cool for?
Do
No
you think
one's
high
here.
school is less of a jungle? It's not.
Sometimes it can be
You're
worse.
right.
Exactly. Exactly.
Actually,
But,
no,
yeah.
I don't understand people who be like, "My high school was this, and this." I'm like, where did y'all grow up? High school was so like blah to me, or maybe it's because I wasn't like popular or popping or in with people. I did like musical theater, so
Yes.
and I wasn't even like popular with the in crowd with those people. I just had like my couple of homegirls who I was cool with, and an extended friend group that ranged the gamut of like, I don't want to be alone with this person. To, you know what? You all right? Like you could come to my house. Like if you want, if we were better friends, you would come to my house. Like it was just, I was such
High
a middle of the
school
road
was,
person. That's why I was just like, I'm like, where did y'all go to school? Or maybe it's because I went to Florida. Maybe because I was in the high school of Florida, so it was just different.
Maybe it's you. You're chill. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see
it's terrible for me, but
School was not chill.
I
We had a-
not
we had a-
going to ever return to school.
It was not chill.
But
Every
I
time
was
I ask
in
people to come
Maryland.
back for the reunion, I'm like, no, I don't like you.
I do come back for the reunion so I could, stun on these hoes. But
Mhm.
Exactly.
that's because I was a lame. And what's crazy to me is like when you're like a nerdy like person who has like very few friends, who everybody like bullies, and you've looked the exact same the entire time. You know what I mean? I didn't have a glow up. I've just always looked like this. It's just whether or not they understood it or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so now I'm like this, oh, cosplayer, oh my God. Blah, blah, blah. It's the exact same face. Like, it's the exact same person, y'all.
I'm still me, y'all. I
don't
haven't
know.
changed. I just wear
So-
costumes now.
That's
Oh,
pretty
no.
awesome.
I'm still
right?
going
Like,
to talk to you constantly about comic books. I don't know what
just
you
found the
thought
right
was going
audience.
to happen.
Right? Like you didn't change, you just found the right audience.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just dressing like the characters I've been trying to tell y'all about.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
God. But yeah,
And my high
school
school
was
reunions keep falling through. Like they can't get it together. And I was like, see, class of 06, this is what was wrong with us. This is why. This is why we got
They
all
get
our
it together
assemblies
for
and
my
stuff
school.
taken.
But peep this. The person that always seems to remind me about the high school reunion is my son's father. I don't want to see you, sir. Fuck.
that part.
We have established that for some decades now. Why would you text me every 5 years talking about you coming to this reunion? Not if you're gonna be there.
Stop talking to me.
Right.
He's like, well, look at what I said last year. Same answer.
Same answer. It's gonna be the same this year. I don't like your face. I have told you this.
I don't like to be reminded you exist.
Right. We really just
Oh, boy.
pretend that you don't exist most of the time. I don't know why you keep popping up, sir.
Facts.
Oh my God, girl, I'm in that boat with you. I feel you. Stop talking to me.
Right. He's stalking me.
Yeah.
No.
I can't remember who went. Was it
It was me with
Okay.
the thornberries.
Teffy? You got another one?
Okay. So I was gonna say Steven Universe, but I was like, I've not watched that show. Also, I don't think it would help. Rose Quartz just seems like a terrible person,
She's
and I
terrible.
don't think we would help that. I was like, maybe she'd be like
Not a
some
good
bitch,
mom.
but I was like, I doubt it.
Well, we can pick surrogate moms as well. It doesn't have to be the birth mom.
Oh no, that's fair. My other pick was have you guys seen that TV show From?
Yes.
The mom in From. The one who has like the little
yeah.
son, the one that has the little son
Absolutely.
and the teenage daughter who goes to live with the people in the house. Yeah,
Mhm.
I was like, I know y'all fighting for y'all life and everything, but Miss Mamas, if you could just take a minute for yourself. It's a lot going on. They have like these ghoul people who come out at night and murder them.
Yeah.
So
And it's like
name of the show?
yeah, and
Watch
yeah,
it. 2 seasons of greatness, right? No,
so
3
it's
seasons of greatness.
3 seasons now, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So I have
I'm
I have to
checking
get caught up. I'm still on season 2, but I was like, Mamas, you need to go up to that house and see that man in that garden and get you a little something. Because so if you've never seen the show, the premise is this family is on a road trip and they come to a fallen tree in the woods. So instead of trying to get around it, they just turn around and they think they're gonna go back around the other way. Wrong. They get stuck in this hellhole loop where there's this town where at night these ghoul people come out with these creepy ass smiles on their faces and murder people. And you have to be inside your house with all the doors locked and these little talismans over the doors and windows to keep the ghouls out. And this family just gets dropped there one day, and it's this whole thing where people are like, no, it's fine, we just live here, we live and we thrive. And it's like, how? Whatever. And then there's
Denial.
Right, denial is a river in Egypt. And then also there's like this group where they're like, we're gonna figure this out and we're gonna get out. And it's like, I love scary things. So it's one of those like horror TV shows where I'm just like, the mystery of it is so good. If you liked Lost, this is very much in the vein of like Lost, and I forget the other show that I said it was like, but yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Highly
It's
recommend.
already on my list. I'm definitely gonna be checking that out.
Yeah, so I'm like, if you like scary things,
Scary, sci-fi, fantasy. That's my
listen, I love scary movies and people don't get it because they're like, you like to be scared. And I'm like, kind of.
Yeah. Make a good story.
Yeah.
I like to see what can actually scare me.
Yes. Also, I feel like sometimes horror movies are the only storylines that you get any justice or any kind of like real ending to, because like TV shows take forever, and it's like, will they, won't they romances, or like the villain, you can't kill the villain off in the first 3 episodes, it sucks, or you're like, this character's a bitch and they're gonna keep them on for 8 seasons even though everybody hates them. Not in a horror movie, baby. Like in a horror movie, if you do something dumb, that karma is same day delivered. Okay, like if you are a horrible, and every now and then, like some of the best horror movies are ones where like the villain, they kind of get away with it and it sucks, but those are kind of like the ones that stick with you. Like if you ever seen Eden Lake, oh my god. And I actually knew the end of that movie before I watched it, and I was still like, you're kidding me. Eden Lake is about this couple who go to a lake for like a little weekend away, and they run into like these like teenage miscreants who are awful. The teenagers like steal their stuff, and like they basically then they try and kill the couple, basically. So they're chasing this couple through the woods. They try and kill the couple, and spoiler alert, they kill the husband. The wife ends up getting away, but she goes to this house that she's like looking for help. Turns out it's the house of the boys who is like chasing her the whole time. So the end of the movie is the parents being like, well, can't let her go. And they're like, and the last scene is like the father going into them like breaking into the bathroom to like murder her. It is
damn.
That is crazy. Ooh, that sounds
it's
good.
all, and she fights for her life. They kill some of the kids, and the one main bad guy, the one main bad kid, that's whose parents' house that they're at. Yeah, it's insane.
All right. It's on the list.
Yeah.
Right? It is on the list. Exactly.
Lord Jesus.
Oh, I love them. I love horror movies. It's so good. I just watched well, we can move on, but I be watching nutty stuff.
We can talk about that later on.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
Olga, you got another pick?
I do. Mystique from X-Men.
Oh.
Because we got that's also one of my favorite. For some reason in my head, she's always black woman. I don't know why. I know that's not how they ever portray her, but in my head, she's black. I don't know why. She just is a black woman in my head because I think she's a bad bitch. And then on top of that, Nightcrawler and just the whole game with Rogue and like dating the Powers and then her, trick. I'm like, man, she deserves a blunt just for manipulating the shit out of her children the way that she did. I realized that she's not exactly a good guy, but she's not exactly a bad guy either. And
it doesn't mean she doesn't deserve weed.
Right?
She deserves the weed. At the end of the day, everything she does is for mutant domination. And I mean, realistically, if we were in that world, what would we do?
Like
mutant and proud.
Speak in that world, if I had the opportunity, I might morph into So, like I'm just saying. I enjoy her. I think her parenting is hilarious as far as comic book stories go, and that's just. And the kids are no worse off for it. Look at those amazing powers they got.
Nightcrawler is my absolute favorite X-Men.
She's like, and Rogue is just a little bit traumatized, so I feel like it's gonna be all right.
Just a little trauma.
Just a little.
They'll be fine.
It's just a little bit. It's not that bad.
That's one of those people where I'd be like, if they did like an Ayanla animated version where like a Fix My Life, they said like with like mothers and daughters, I feel like that would be like a 10-part episode. It would take a half season. It would be, but the ratings would be through the roof.
Through the roof. Yes.
So
horrible parenting still deserves a joint though, because I'm here for her diabolical.
I can just imagine her being like, I was fighting for your freedoms before you was even a thing.
Freedoms. Okay. I'm here
tell
to
you
fight
something,
for
young blood.
Sometimes it can be sacrificed for the greater good.
You expected me to keep up with you? I was in other countries pretending to be other people's moms. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't know what you want from me. I don't know what you want.
Listen, I'm here now. Do you want something now?
And I just wish I had her powers. That's it, right? Especially right now. Because as I said before, I would love to and go baby on and yes. Yes.
This next one's gonna be a little out there, but Kala from Tarzan's mom.
The gorilla?
Yeah.
Get that gorilla some gorilla THC. Gorilla edible.
With some gorilla glue.
100 men versus
exactly gorilla glue for the gorilla. Kala was an awesome mom. She took him in. You don't look like me, but you're my son now.
And she was getting hell for it. She was getting hell. Okay. That man was coming up to her every day. Why is this baby still here? Like, get out of here, nigga.
Because it's a baby. Go away.
Right.
She deserved a break. Every 2 seconds, gotta make sure that crazy gorilla was murdering her human child.
Wait, the crazy part is, I'm like, why are you attacking me for taking care of another baby when really we should be talking about your feelings as a father to protect your child? Because really, that's where this aggression comes from.
Projection.
And I just want to sit down and talk about why you feel the need to yell at me about your own personal feelings.
He needs therapy. He's projecting.
He's the gorilla that these 100 men are going to have to go fight. So they all need therapy. The men and the gorilla.
They're not going to make it.
They are not going to make it. Like, babe.
Because that dude was rough, bucko. But he was projecting for sure. He was upset that he sucked.
I mean, you could
now that human baby was a reflection of that every day.
Exactly.
Like, get that reflection out of here. I hate mirrors.
I don't even know what mirrors are, and I hate them.
It's true. She was a good mom. They wrote that whole beautiful song about it. Phil Collins was playing.
Oh. Right. Oh my God. That song used to make my daughter cry when she was little. Oh my God, that song's so sweet. It is.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Phil Collins didn't have to go so hard, but I'm grateful that he did.
Yeah, right. He didn't have to.
Can I just say, a lot of those soundtracks, going back and listening to that stuff now, I was like, this is for children. Y'all knew that, right? Like, you knew this was for children. I said the same thing when the Little Mermaid remake came out. And I was like, Holly, baby, this is for children. This is for children. Why are you singing it down like that? But
she knew they were going to come for her, so she did the damn thing.
Listen, I was like, the Prince of Egypt.
Yes, I will still to this day recite me and the kids.
Yes, they were singing for the Lord in that one. They were singing.
Okay. What? Yes.
Hit me with any of those songs. I'm ready. I'm ready. A single strand in a tapestry. We're gonna do it.
We gotta have a Disney karaoke night.
Oh my God, I would be there with that would be so fun.
They have those raves, you know. Like they have like a Broadway rave, and they do like Disney. There's a Shrek one. So they have Shrek raves where the people get in like cosplay and they come. I missed it when they came to Philly twice, and I was so sad that I missed them both. And I was like, the next time they come, I'm getting my little outfit together and I'm going to the Shrek rave. It'll be it's gonna be lit.
There's so many options with Shrek.
I'm just picturing all of the strobe lights and people dressed in green as donkey and the dragon.
No, somebody came dressed as an onion. Somebody was dressed as an onion.
Oh, that's so cool.
And some of them are so funny and so creative. Also, drag brunches.
I love
your local drag scene. Your drag brunches. A lot of them do sing along. Yes, a lot of them do sing along.
We're doing a drag brunch. Yeah, like I say, the ones in Manor are not as they used to be, but there's a lot of them in DC.
Pride Month is coming. We're gonna be every drag brunch around.
Well, you know, World Pride is coming to DC now. I think right now. So there's a whole bunch of drag activities down there. Right now.
So let me get in the car.
Hey, come on through for a visit.
Right. I'll be there in 6 hours. Whatever, 4 hours.
All right. I think we got time for one more go around. Charlie, did you have another person?
You know what? I had thought about somebody else and then I completely forgot who it was. It was when we were talking about Morticia and it went directly out of my head. So let's see. And then after that, I don't know why I was thinking of like an actual mom, like a real person.
I mean, we could throw real people too.
And I was like, Coretta Scott King.
Absolutely.
That is a nice one. I like that. Yes.
I said,
this one we for Coretta.
Yes, indeed. She needs everything, every blessing, every kind word, everything. She needs it all. I give it all to you, girl.
Right.
No, especially after that whole "Be My Coretta" thing with.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
that was don't bring my name up in your shenanigans. Like,
little side tangent. I understand the ick now.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I can't remember how we got here. Oh, so there's this YouTuber called Laura Nadi. She does like character breakdowns of like celebrities and stuff, but my girlfriend and I were watching one about Jonathan Majors and his downfall and everything, and basically was just talking about how he wasn't, really taking accountability for everything. He was just kind of saying stuff like, oh, I messed up, but they're always trying to take down the black man and deflecting really. And there was one point where he got on stage, he was accepting an award. I can't remember what it was for, but he was basically saying all that stuff, and he was crying, and the camera kept going back and forth between him and Megan Good, and just looking at it, it was just really cringy. And then he like started singing a little bit while he was crying, and it was just like, okay, I get it now. I get the ick. It just, there's no coming back from this.
There's not, and it's so unfortunate because
he was on such a climb.
He was
country with everything.
All he had to do was not abuse them women, and then people keep saying, "Oh, it was just that one." No, there was like 6 different women that came out and said that he abused them. So no, when there's 6 different women, we're not going to
only one woman. Like, that's weird to say,
right? Only one.
How many women?
That's what they keep saying. Like, it was just one woman.
Problem. Like, when is
like
it
one is still kind of one too many, you guys.
Right? One is still not. Let's be right.
Zero.
Well, I thought it was more kind of like a Johnny Depp situation with the one white girl, and I was like, I can see where, you know, people might feel the need to defend him, because if they was doing it to each other, then both of y'all is wrong. Both of y'all,
right? If it was one person,
separate.
Right? Yeah.
But when they said it was other women, I was like,
Can't help you there, bro.
You
on your own.
Listen, I'm gonna let that's crazy because I loved him down. Still kind of do, but like seeing like but yeah, like after like that whole thing, I was like, I can't. I'm sorry.
You just can't unsee it.
Next of him admitting that he choked her, I was like, well, that's that. Okay.
Right.
Sorry, dude.
Right.
Hate to see it. Yeah, hate to see it.
Right. You done messed up, Aaron.
I know, you had it all. I feel like Tyra Banks.
We were rooting for you.
Exactly.
And we were.
Yeah, no, we were 100% were. Oh my God.
We wanted you to look old timey, not be old timey. How dare you?
Facts.
God, golly.
If you got one more,
Alicent from House of the Dragon. Girl.
Yeah,
she need the mushroom, because I'm gonna need you to sort out these little feelings you got for your best friend, and like deal with the fact that your daddy pimped you out to a man who was older than your daddy. Like, I need you. She needs.
And your inability to see that just because you set your sons up didn't mean that you wasn't gonna get cut out. Because that part blew me. I was like, no, not her expected to run the thing.
Made that boy king who didn't even want to be king, and then was mad when he was like, bitch, get out of my face. Sorry?
Ma'am, you brought this on yourself.
Right, I beg several of your finest pardons. This is what happens when you uphold patriarchy, babe. Like,
no better example.
Patriarchy upholds you.
Exactly. But she needed something. I was like, girl, you are too tightly wound. Loosen the corset a little bit.
and some psilocybin. That's exactly right. Yes, she needed both of those things.
Yeah, facts.
Could have solved a lot of problems.
Right, so many wars could have been avoided.
Right.
And Olga, my last pick was, did anybody watch Kill Bill?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Like, she did all that.
Yeah.
She didn't even know she had a daughter, right? Like, but she was so upset about the loss of her child that she went on this killing rampage. And then at the end of the rampage, her daughter is there alive and like, waiting.
No, she knew she was pregnant. She didn't know that the baby survived.
Yeah, that's how she thought she lost the baby, so she went on the rampage.
Yeah.
So that, like, but then at the end of the rampage, the baby actually, she wasn't a baby anymore, but yeah, she actually was alive and there waiting for her. That's what I was trying to say, that she was alive. And that was, like such a mom thing to do, right? Like, if I think you kill one of my kids, I will probably rampage and kill a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Too. Oh, so, right. Like, so
no, I said, don't let my son be a victim because, I'm not gonna be the only one missing a child in here. Like, please believe me. I give as good as I get, and I mean that.
Okay. So yeah, she definitely went out there and killed. And like she was, and I love the way it was shot. I don't always love Quentin Tarantino, but I do love those movies.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
that
God.
was
Thank
so
you.
was
Thank you.
amazing.
When I tell people that Quentin Tarantino is hit or miss for me, they'd be like, what? He's one of the best
No, he
directors
really
of our time. And I'm like, do you have a penis? Are you white? Because I
Right.
feel like those two things factor
saw-
heavily into
There's
your
an
opinion of
actress
Quentin
that I
Tarantino.
follow. Her name is Crackhead Barney, which is hilarious. But she does like where she just harasses people that have really horrible political views. Like she'll go out in public and start harassing like Trumpies that are protesting and stuff like that. But her and a bunch of people that were with her caught Quentin Tarantino at a restaurant in New York. Screaming at him, toes, toes. Quentin likes toes because I guess he has a foot fetish. So that just sent me. But he has some problematic themes in some of his movies, and I won't go off on an activist type tangent about it. I just say that some of his work I've really enjoyed, and other things I'm like,
I'm here.
did he have to say the N-word that many? I mean, are you sure
Yeah.
he had to say the N-word? Because I don't feel like he did.
Right.
I don't feel like he did. But then
Justice
then
for Vivica's daughter and Kill Bill.
So I was like,
Yeah.
so he's hit or miss.
I get that. All right. Well, my last person is gonna be Debbie Grayson from Invincible.
Yes.
That's
what I was going to say after.
Oh my God, that is such a good one.
Debbie,
Yes.
Debbie, you.
Debbie is that's
Oh my, just
I'm glad you said
everything you've been through, girl. You need
to raise that baby.
Matter of fact, you need to hit up Cecil, have him get you some of that grade A government weed that they be, testing and shit. And yeah.
Because it couldn't be me. Let me tell you how none of it could have been me.
Yeah, I feel like what's his face would end up killing me because I have no chill.
No, not at all. Me too.
I have no chill. I'd be like, what the fuck? He'd be like, I'd have been sawed in half. It would have been the end.
I wouldn't be able to keep it. Not at all. Just kill me now, because like, look what you did.
Okay.
I'm so
no, did he called her his pet, and I'd have crashed out like crazy.
You're what?
Right. The crash out would have been one for the history books. Like
Oh my God.
The rampage I would have gone on, and
then raising
don't bring me no baby.
Raising another woman's son.
After he killed a bunch of people on Earth, and then she raises the child and loves the child. Girl,
she better than me, but that's why she needs.
You get all the mom awards because
she does.
I don't know, get that thing back where you got it from.
This is another example where I'm like, where's your tribe? Where are your friends? Where's your family?
Oh, she had them before all the Guardians got killed. Remember? Like she had Red Rush's
that's true.
Girlfriend.
And she tried to find a tribe, and they were like, "What? Get out of here!"
Oh yeah, that's right. They stopped because of Omni.
They're like, "Oh, what? That's who you are? That dude was your husband? Get out of this! Get out of here!"
Which is fucked up because she didn't know either.
Yeah,
they were like, "So
she was blindsided just like everybody else."
They said, "But your family's not dead. Your family did."
Yeah, they did. They did.
Both of them. So I don't know what to tell you, ma'am. We don't care for you. No, that was so sad. I felt so bad for her for real because she had nowhere to go with that, and then to raise a big. I would have never.
That's why I said you would have never put it back on the spaceship and send it back.
I said, I know you didn't call me a pet and then find a bug lady. Get out of my
expect me to raise the bug baby.
Is child in my house to be raised. See, Nolan, come get this. Come get this child right now.
Nolan, I had to turn the TV off. I said, turn this shit off.
You are right about that. All the love, all the shout outs.
I can't do it. The way my blood pressure set up.
Blood pressure. Oh my goodness.
Can't wait for
Yeah.
next season.
Talking about it.
She and her boo thing. They need to roll up.
I am happy that she found somebody else.
I am too, but I am so scared for him. I am so.
Cecil was like the expeditiousness that I would have had that child in Cecil's hands when he was like, "Let us take him." I'd have been like, "You didn't already get him?
Right.
You're not
That's
already in
crazy.
your car?"
Y'all didn't pick him up? Oh.
I left the diaper bag on the doorstep. God.
He's in the yard, so I don't even understand why you up at the door looking for me because
Heck.
he was out there
He
waiting
goes
for
on
you.
his nap at 2. He's gonna want a snack, but I will see y'all.
Thank y'all for being here for this. I really appreciate it. This was awesome. So much fun. Yes, every mom that we mentioned and so many more in fiction definitely deserve some good weed. Because they go through a lot and they don't get appreciated enough. As well as the moms in the real world too. So happy Mother's Day, because when this comes out, Mother's Day will have already happened.
Yay.
Yay. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, guys. Except for you guys.
All right. Charlie, you want to let everybody know where they can follow you, and anything you got going on that you want the people to know about?
Yes, indeed. Again, I am Charlie Rocket. You can find me at Charlie Rocket Cosplay on any social media platform. You can also find me at Dirty Closet Pals and the Dirty Closet Pals podcast. We have an Instagram page, but it is a nerdy relationship podcast. Me and my partner host. And also, I also run a community group called Unicon. You can find that at the official Unicon on Instagram. We put together safe spaces for nerdy people of color and LGBTQIA plus community out here in North Carolina, and we like to travel, so check it out.
Nice, awesome.
Thank you.
Teff?
You can find me at Teffy Wonder over on my Instagram and TikTok. That's where I'm the most active. If you got the time, you could also follow me over on Head Nerds in Charge. Listen, we got zucked, so our Instagram is down right now, but you can still follow. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I was wondering why I haven't seen any posts in a minute.
I was wondering too.
Yeah, it's because we got in some trouble. But our TikTok is back up. Our TikTok is back up, and we will be reestablishing those platforms soon. You can still watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch Wednesdays, 8ish till till we stop yapping.
That's right.
Nah, we've been a lot better. We used to do like 3 and 4 hour shows. We would just be kicking it. They've been a lot shorter. So we get on now like by 9. We're usually off by 10:30, 11. So every Wednesday, you ain't got nothing else to do. Pull up to the Head Nerds in Charge, and you can see me.
Nice. Olga, where can everybody find you at?
You can find me on Instagram or Facebook. I am the plant nurse or the plant medicine nurse on Instagram, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Or Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok as well. My website is Ananda Holistics and Primary Care. I do medical cannabis certifications, cheapest in the state, $45 for new patient recertification, $40 for return patient certification, and $60 for new patient certification. Or new patient, new certification. And you can always go to the website and book. I also do medical appointments if you need medication management, disease management, mushroom consultations, anything of the sort that has to do with medicine. I am your girl.
Nice. Awesome. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. You're all amazing moms that I'm so happy that I got to meet and have in my life. And I'm happy that we've got to hang out with y'all on various occasions. And I can't wait to do it again.
Yay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah. Go give your moms, grandmoms, aunts, anybody that has been a mother figure in your life, show them some love and maybe smoke some weed with them too. Get a little closer.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.